Let's delve into a fascinating chapter of cultural history, the Russian aristocracy of the 18th and 19th centuries and their profound affinity for the French language. It is a subject that illuminates not only the nuances of linguistic preference but also the broader cultural and political exchanges between Russia and Western Europe during this period. Imagine, if you will, the glittering salons of St. Petersburg and Moscow, where Russian nobles, groomed in the fine arts of diplomacy and social etiquette, conversed in a language that was not their own. French, the lingua franca of European high society, became a symbol of sophistication, modernity, and international connection. The adoption of French by these aristocrats was not merely about communication, it was an identity marker, a deliberate move to align themselves with the Enlightenment ideals and the progressive cultural currents of the time. Consider the influence of Peter the Great, whose sweeping reforms set the stage for this cultural transformation. His vision laid the groundwork for generations of Russian elites who saw fluency in French as indispensable. They immersed themselves in French literature, philosophy, and art, creating a bilingual intellectual milieu that transcended mere conversation. This bilingualism served as a bridge between Russia's deep-rooted traditions and the avant-garde currents of Western Europe. Notably, this era also produced a number of bilingual Russian writers whose works epitomize the fusion of cultures. Alexander Pushkin, for example, was not only the father of modern Russian literature but also a consummate Francophile. His correspondence and some of his literary expressions reveal a fluid command of French, reflecting his cosmopolitan identity. Similarly, Ivan Turgenev, celebrated for his keen insight into human nature and societal transformation, often turned to French in his letters and essays, thereby reinforcing his place in both Russian and European literary traditions. These writers exemplify how language can serve as both a creative tool and a cultural passport, enriching the tapestry of Russian intellectual life. Furthermore, as the century unfolded, French was not confined to casual conversation. It was the language of diplomacy, intellectual debate, and even clandestine correspondence. For many, speaking French was akin to donning an intellectual and social armor, a means to gain favor, secure alliances, and navigate the intricate hierarchies of European courts. Thus, the story of the Russian aristocracy's adoption of French, as well as the literary contributions of bilingual writers like Pushkin and Turgenev, is a profound reminder of how language evolves as both a tool for communication and an emblem of cultural identity. It offers us a window into a time when language was not just a means of expression, but a marker of social ambition and a bridge connecting diverse worlds.